Good morning, everyone. How are you? I hope you are all doing fine. In last week's lesson, we were talking about the slow changes that occur to the Earth's surface. We talked about three important processes: weathering, erosion, and deposition. And in this week, we agreed that we're going to talk about the fast changes or the rapid changes that occur to the Earth's surface. Yesterday, we talked about volcanoes, which is one reason that cause the rapid change of the Earth's surface. And today, we are going to talk about the second factor. If you looked at this picture, what comes into your mind? Yes, exactly. I'm sure that most of you are saying that it's a breaking, it's an earthquake. Well, that's right. So, the second reason of the rapid change of the Earth's surface is the earthquake. Does anyone know anything about an earthquake? Yes, you're right. So an earthquake occurs, and we feel it sometimes when it's strong, and we feel that the floor under us is as if to be broken, or we feel that it's shaking. It's exactly right. So to start with, let us watch this video that will introduce a lot of information about earthquakes. So let's watch it together. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. We learned a lot during this video. So what I want from you before we continue is to write three new things that you learned from this video. They can be the types of the earthquakes. They can be what earthquakes help to form, or you may just write any new idea that you learned from this video. So to move on, so earthquakes occur along a fault, and a fault is a break or crack in rocks where Earth's crust can move suddenly. So, what causes the earthquake generally is having a fault or like a break or crack in the rocks of the Earth's crust. So, this movement of these two plates of the Earth's surface is what causes the earthquake. So if the stress that is inside the plates of the earth becomes strong enough, the rocks can break. Then the plates move suddenly, and this sudden movement that causes the earth's crust to shake is called an earthquake. The place underground where the earthquake begins is called the focus. So if we look at this picture that is in your book, page 263, we can notice three important terms for an earthquake. So first of all, we can see that this is one plate of the earth, and this is the other. So obviously there is a crack between them. This crack is called the fault. So if you look here at the labeling, we can see that this crack between these two pieces of Earth's crust is called a fault. The place where this cracking occurs, or the breakage occurs, is called or the place where the earthquake begins is called the focus. So this is the focus. If we look here, that it's the center where the earthquake starts to increase and increase and increase. So the place where the earthquake starts is called the focus, which is very important. And the epicenter is the followed. The damage is often greatest near the epicenter. Well, the epicenter is actually it's the point on the Earth's surface that is directly above the focus. So the epicenter is on the top, it's on the surface of the Earth. So the focus is here in deep inside the Earth's crust, while the epicenter is the same point, but it's on the surface of the Earth's atmosphere or the Earth's crust. So the epicenter is the same at the same point or at the same location of the focus, but it's on the top of the Earth's crust, while the focus is deep inside the Earth's crust. Actually, the damage occurs mostly or it's greatest near the epicenter. So here is the most damage. So most earthquakes are small and they cannot be felt, but a few earthquakes are powerful enough to damage buildings, roads, and bridges. And this damage is often, as I said, greatest to the epicenter. People cannot stop these hazards that are caused by the earthquakes, but they can take steps to reduce their impacts. Because scientists send out alerts when a tsunami forms, for example, this can save many lives by giving people time to reach higher ground. So let me sum everything up. So we said that the Earth's crust is not a whole piece as it is. It's divided into many pieces. So a fault is a crack between these two pieces, between any two pieces of the Earth's crust. And when these two pieces shake, or the stress or the energy between them is released, this is what causes the earthquake. The point where the earthquake starts deep inside the Earth's crust is called the focus, and the epicenter is the point at the surface of the ground that where the earthquake also forms. So I want you, please, after we are done with this lecture, to solve questions 4 and 5 in addition to the question I asked you at the beginning of the lecture after we watched the video. So I want you to write 3 new things that you learned from the video. Answer questions 4 and 5, page 263, please. And I want you to write one effect on the Earth's surface caused by the earthquake. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed and you learned much from this lecture. Finish answering your questions and send them to me as a message on Classera. And if you have any question or you have any concern, type it or record it at the discussion room that you have. Have a nice day.